with the death toll rising and the recovery of bodies picking up speed this morning and this afternoon, the families of the missing passengers are in even more despair. Our Song Ji-sun joins us now in the studio.
So, Ji-sun, the relatives of the missing town on Jindo Island have spent days and nights in deep despair without sleep, not eating, but with time ticking and no more survivors we're hearing about. They appear to have been reaching an emotional breaking point.
Right, words cannot express, and we cannot actually imagine the pain the parents are going through right now. And as Leanne just mentioned, when news breaks that a body has been recovered and has been brought on shore, parents rush to port to see if their children was one of the victims discovered from the port or the sea. And although the divers have succeeded in entering the ferry, parents do not understand why it has taken them this long. Their disappointment and despair has, in many cases, turned to anger. After making a public announcement demanding that the government pick up the pace of its search efforts, some victims' parents have been protesting in Jindo since dawn Sunday. But just about an hour ago, they have agreed to talk with Prime Minister Chung Hong-won for their requests.
Of course, the families are still hoping for a miracle, but many are also preparing for the worst. Their physical and emotional state over these last few days has deteriorated a lot.
Right, the parents and the families of the missing have started donating their DNA samples by swabbing, and that's because it's to expedite and to make accurate of identifying the victims. Now, in one case, one body was transported all the way to Ansan, then was brought back to the accident area because it was later confirmed that the female was not a Tanwon's high school student. And the physical and mental conditions of the families is a big concern, with several have already been hospitalized. Many fainted while identifying the victims, with a father suffering a stroke on Saturday. Now, there are all medical services and staffs on standby to treat any survivors, and as well as families who are on standby as well.
Yes, it must be a very tough and emotionally challenging situation for the parents. Now, we hear that the parents are divided on whether to lift the boat from the sea right now with the cranes that are standing by there.
Right, currently we have 5 cranes on standby who are actually on standby to lift the vessel if there's an order. But what we need to consider now is that the Jindo ferry has been underwater completely for the past 2 days. This because oil from the Jindo ferry is leaking, and the oil was in part what was keeping the ferry at least a tad afloat, since oil is lighter than water in density. The volume of the air pockets is also calculated to reduce as the ship sinks deeper down due to pressure, further reducing the chance of survival for those who may be alive on board. While families of the missing still put rescue operations as their first priority, the families are divided on when to lift the vessel using the cranes, because that would mean the end of rescue efforts and the beginning of a recovery operation. Authorities have announced that they will not go ahead with the process without the full consent of the families of the missing. But to minimize the risk of the bodies from drifting too far away, they have set up wider and newer nets around the area. This, of course, according to the parents' requests.
Okay, thanks very much, Ji-sun, and we do hope we get news of a survivors in the coming hours and days. Thank you for the update.